Okay, I'm making this video because I'm angry at a lot of people and I want to rage and rant, and my usual means of that is Tumblr, and I don't have it at the moment, so I'm posting a video about it, and for once in my life I don't feel like being a keyboard warrior, so I'll just say it out loud. Yeah, so as I said, I'm angry at a lot of people. I've been getting a lot of shit from different people for different reasons. The gist of it's the same, that I'm ugly, I'm a slut, I'm fat, I'm stupid, my face is too fucked up for words, emo, I should kill myself, just things like that, for all different reasons. All the time people don't even have a reason, just they feel like, being tough over Facebook and saying shit about me. I have a few things to say about that. Okay, one, I have lived with this face for 17 years, and I have looked in the mirror more than once a day, almost every day of my life. So I've seen this face. It's not new to me. And I think I would know more than anyone that I am ugly, okay? It doesn't need to be said. I see my flaws every single day. I have a big nose, my teeth are too small, I have no chin when I look to the side, I have a fat face, I have bad skin when I don't wear makeup. I know it all, There's nothing you can say to me that I haven't already heard. And, after living with it for 17 years, you do get used to it. So there's no point in saying how ugly I look, or how much of a rat I look, how disgusting my hair is, because I'm stuck with it and I'm used to it. And I already say it to myself. Second of all, people calling me a slut. Okay. I have a lot to say about it, I don't really know where to start. One, I don't think I'm a slut, and if I don't think I am, then I'm not. Second, I would very much like to know where the line between being a slut and not a slut is, because I got called a slut when I was 13 and I hadn't even kissed a boy. So, excuse me if the word slut has, lost its meaning a little for me. A lot of people say I sleep around. I don't really. I've never openly gone out and just had sex with a random person just because I felt like having sex. I do things with people that I generally like or know, and it isn't very often. Yeah, like I said, I do it with people that I like and that I actually see potential of, happening with, and maybe I like to try before I buy. There's nothing wrong with that. And I know a lot of girls, their excuse is, oh, boys can sleep around but they're not sluts. Well, yeah, they are. They just have, accepting friends. And, I think girls bring it on themselves a little bit. It's mostly girls calling girls sluts, and if you don't like being called a slut, then don't call someone else a slut, because we're the ones that, start this whole thing. I think boys couldn't really care less about who sleeps around and who doesn't. I think the only time they ever call someone a slut is when, they hear rumours, which is mostly started by girls. And honestly, for the record, I don't sleep around. I know there's rumours, and it seems like I do from these rumours, but most of them, no, they're not true. And I think if I'm still happy with myself and my life and my sexual activities, then I think that I'm not a slut. If I was a slut, I'd probably know it. A lot of people are saying that I have herpes and STDs. One, I don't have herpes. Where that rumour started from was I had a cold sore in my mouth, and that is very similar to herpes, but it's not, and I haven't had it since. And this was over a year and a half ago. I don't have STDs. I would know because I checked at a doctor, like normal people do. And as for the whole fatness thing, yes, I'm not the skinniest person in the world. I'm tall, and I have the body to compensate. I was extremely overweight at the end of 2010, and since then I have lost a little weight, but I'm still big. But this is my normal weight, and I exercise a lot, and I do not eat very much at all anymore. And I think if I was going to get skinny, it would have happened already, so this is my body and I'm used to it, and I don't care if people call me fat because I know I'm big, but I'm not fat. I get a lot of shit about my legs, and to be honest, they are in complete proportion with my body, and just because I am not a stick does not mean that I'm fat. I have continuously told myself in the past that I'm fat, and I have covered myself up pretty much from childhood until I was about 15. I covered myself up thinking I was fat. I just got over it. You know, why should I have to hide my body just because your perception of beauty is fucked up? I think even if I was extremely obese, I should be able to wear whatever I want. I should be able to wear the skimpiest short shorts possible and shouldn't be ridiculed, because what I don't get is why skinny people think that they're better than fat people. Because you don't see fat people walking around saying they're more superior than skinny people. And I know it doesn't really make sense when you first think about it, but honestly, what's better about being skinny? You know, a lot of people say, you know, oh, we work harder for our bodies. They don't. They just sit there around and eat. You don't take in consideration what's going on behind that. What they're feeling, what they're thinking. You don't know what's happening with their life. They could be eating for a reason. They could not be exercising for a reason. They could have, you know, a disorder where they you know, they're so unhappy with themselves that they can't go outside. They can't exercise. And their only way of making themselves feel better is eating. And then, I guess, once you get bigger anyway, it kind of feeds off itself, and you don't want to go outside. You don't want people looking at you. Once you're already fat, you can't really. You don't feel like going outside and fixing it. It's a whole thing within itself. And what I think is, if people stop ridiculing people for being fat, then it wouldn't be so bad. I mean, people comfort eat. You know, I've seen girls being called fat, and what's their solution? Go home, cry, and eat. And people think that's stupid, but it's a natural thing to do. It's what their brain tells them to do. And, you know, you're just fueling the fire, I think. So if everyone was more accepting, people wouldn't feel the need to hide all the time. But anyway, I'm not fat. And yes, I'm ugly. I deal with it. I was born with my face. Can't really change it unless, you know, I have thousands and thousands of dollars, and even then I still probably wouldn't change it. Because then people would just pick other flaws to bullying me about. But anyway, so I'm not a slut, I'm not fat, and honestly, people calling me ugly does not faze me. And I think the fact that you have to point out my flaws is pointing towards something going on in your life. Like, I don't see why you have to put other people. Like, you know, do you have something wrong with your life? You know, are you depressed? Do you need to make yourself feel better by putting other people down? It doesn't really make sense to me. I've been bullied a lot when I was younger for being emo, and people used to tell me to kill myself, and once I kind of grew out of that stage a little bit and gained a bit of power, I kind of, to make myself feel better, I used to bully people. And then I got to a point where I was like, hey, this didn't feel nice when people did it to me, so I stopped. And it's probably the same with a lot of people that bully me now. They probably been given shit when they were younger. And it's just their way of, you know, saying fuck you to karma and life and whatever. I don't know. People's minds don't make sense to me. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. I don't even know if I'm going to post this anywhere. I'm just making it purely to get everything off my chest. And avoid doing homework, which is great. But yeah, I think that's it. So, fuck you to anyone who still wants to call me a slut or fat or ugly, because honestly, it makes no difference to me. And it just indicates, you know, how unhappy you are with your life, so whatever.